Hey guys, Steve Welch here again with Beeman Toyota, standing in front of the Rav4, and I wanted to tell you some information about the Rav4 because it's actually pretty impressive what it's done. So the Rav4 is again the #1 selling SUV in the country, and that's, you know, pretty handily, and I'll tell you the numbers here in a little bit, but it's also the #1 selling vehicle in the country. So that's something that's pretty sweet here. So it's last year it sold 475,193 units, right? And keep in mind I'm talking about the 24 model year. So and that's 75,000 more vehicles than what CRV did, which was second, which had 402,000, and it doubled nearly what the Rogue did, which was at about 245,000 units. So a lot of people might ask, why? What makes the Rav4 so impressive, so sought after? And the answers are actually kind of logical, right? And I'm going to go over some of those for you, just because a lot of people might be considering something like the Rav4, something like the CRV, something like the Rogue, or even some of the other things that are out there, like the maybe like a Traverse or something like that. There's a lot of competitors that are in this size market of the Rav4, but the Rav4 keeps beating them all. So why? I'm going to show you that right now. So one of the reasons that the Rav4 does very well against competition is efficiency. In fact, this right here is a gas model of the Rav4 here, and it's an all-wheel drive version, still getting 30 miles per gallon. If you look through here, 30 miles per gallon. So 27 city, 34 highway. I mean, that's pretty stout, right? But you also have the ability to go to a hybrid version of the Rav4, and if you go to that, you're going to see 39, 40, depending on which one it is, that you're going to be able to get yourself as well. You'll get 39 or 40 miles per gallon. But that's not it. You can also go, so you also have the ability to go to a plug-in hybrid Rav4. Well, what's a plug-in hybrid? So it's a regular hybrid Rav4 with a bigger battery, the ability to plug it in so that you can actually get even more miles out of that one. It goes up to 44 miles on a charge and up to 80 miles per hour on a charge. So there's a lot of people wouldn't even need to use the gas engine hardly at all. Depending on how you drive it, you can get even better miles per gallon. I know some people with over 100 miles per gallon on the plug-in versions. So another reason people like the Rav4 is that you can get it for just over 30,000 in the base model. So it won't be the cheapest one out there, but when you weigh a lot of these other factors that I'm talking to you about, realistically, it's probably going to cost you less money over time. So people love the Rav4 for that. You get a hybrid in the mid-30s. So the fact that you can do that just has a lot of people that really flock to this car. So something else about the Rav4 is you can customize it, right? Whether it's something like roof racks or the running boards, you even have the half running board that you can do now. I mean, there's all different types of things that you can put on these vehicles to make it your own, right? So you don't have to just stick with how it's done from the factory. You can add things, accent lightings. You can do all kinds of stuff with these vehicles in the accessories. And with the reputation for being reliable, you'll spend a lot less time in the service department when it comes to the Rav4. So with the reputation of being reliable, that also actually helps you with resale value. So people will seek out the older Rav4s just because they are so reliable and so sought after. I know here at the dealership, when we have the opportunity to buy a Rav4, we do. CarEdge.com actually reports that a Toyota Rav4 costs about $5,820 for maintenance and repairs over 10 years, right? So that is actually $2,430 less than the industry average for popular SUVs, and it has a 16.08 chance of requiring a major repair over 10 years, which is 7.39% better than a similar vehicle. So all that means that your time isn't spent waiting in the service department to get your vehicle out, or better yet, having to crawl under one yourself or something like that. The Rav4, known for reliability, is going to stay reliable in most cases. Something else you'll notice on the inside of the Rav4 is how open it is, how much room you have on the inside of the Rav4 for people, for stuff, cargo space, the ability to actually add cargo space. If you drop that back floor down a little bit like that, you actually have a ton of versatility when it comes to the RAV4. It's easy to drive, it's easy to park. You're not going to have issues when it comes to trying to find a spot for it. Plus the ability to fold down those rear seats and that rear deck makes it to where even more of that room is able for you to use for whatever you're trying to use it for. Since 2017, all the RAV4s have come with a comprehensive suite of driver assistant features, like your safety sense, right? So they started with safety sense P and they came across there. So lane departure, dynamic radar cruise control, depending on which year you have, you may have more features than another one. But since 2017, the RAV4 has come with those features standard. The RAV4 also has the ability to tow up to 3,500 pounds, depending on the configuration. The vast majority of them are going to be somewhere right around 1,500 or 1,750, but you can get a couple configurations in the off-road or the adventure, which will give you a 3,500 pound tow rating. So a lot of vehicles are getting so hard to use. 5 screens to go through to find out how to turn on a seat heater or adjust a temperature or a radio. It's just so hard to control that you just keep it on the oldies when you really want rock. So features that you'd love to use but you just don't know how to turn on. Well, the RAV4 actually gives you the ability to turn those features on. So you actually have controls that you can touch so that you can easily make changes, or you even have the ability to use voice recognition so that you can actually say, "Hey Toyota," and tell it to change some of those things. Really, really sweet. And not to mention, Sirius satellite radio is capable on all your current model RAV4s with a trial subscription included at new. The RAV4 blends a comfortable on-road driving experience with some off-road capabilities, so it appeals to a diverse range of drivers. In fact, the hybrid comes only in all-wheel drive, and the non-hybrid is available in both all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive. So the last question is, what's next, right? So the RAV4, I've already talked to you about how people seek it out, how it's the best-selling SUV, the best-selling vehicle on the market. Realistically, what's next for the RAV4? And there's actually a lot of changes coming and a lot to be excited about. So realistically speaking, coming up, the RAV4 is likely going to go all hybrid, just like the Camry, right? 2026 is supposed to get a new body style, and keep in mind I'm choosing my words carefully there, right? But get new body style, all hybrid. It's going to be really, really interesting. And when I say all hybrid, I believe there's going to be an EV version of it as well, that you can get where you just a full plug-in. You're going to have the plug-in hybrid, and a EV version. I believe you're going to have all 3 of those in the RAV4 going forward. Let's just say that's just a belief on my part, but yeah, you're going to make the best even better. So hey, so we'll see what goes on when it comes to the new RAV4 here. So Steve Welch here with Beeman Toyota in Nashville, showing you so many reasons that the RAV4 is the top selling vehicle in the country and why it will likely continue to be. So hopefully that works for you guys. Definitely like, subscribe. Appreciate everybody that can do that for me here, and we'll keep going forward and show you a lot of this new stuff that's coming out with the RAV4. So definitely stay tuned to the channel here. I'm going to bring you this stuff as I can, and we'll go from there. But Steve Welch, Beeman Toyota, beautiful Nashville. You guys have a great day. We're going to talk to you soon. Bye.